When the Russians will hit the rock bottom? It's a simple question, but I don't mean the economy. I don't mean the sanctions. I want to know when Russian people will hit the rock bottom, when Russian society will hit the rock bottom. And, I have my own theory. But before I share my opinion on that, we need to decide what is the rock bottom. And I'd like to share my vision and explain my view on this very sophisticated topic today in the stream. I hope it'll give you a better understanding of Russian society and Russian people. Howdy, everyone. My name is Konstantin, and welcome to Inside Russia, where usual Russia is explained by the unusual Russian. What you will not find here, as usual, is propaganda, BS, and lies. What you will find is truth, common sense, and logic, and emotions, because I am a human being, after all. After the end of this stream, I'd like you to let me know what you think of today's message. Please participate in a live stream chat or leave your message after the stream is over in the comments below. I might not answer all your messages, but I will certainly read them. I'll be direct and jump straight to the point. There are currently two popular opinions among those who monitor what's going on inside Russia. One opinion is that Russia is generally doing fine. Russia has withstood all international sanctions, and its economy has withstood the blow. It's been, got over a short economic turmoil that happened last year and has started growing. Moreover, by getting over this huge political and economic pressure that Russia has been withstanding, Russia has proved the entire world, its greatness, and pegged its special role as the moral values and culture preserver. Okay. This opinion is actually party line. And by the party line, I think you know what I mean. The USSR had the party line, and the Russian government has the party line. Remember that. It's the party line. The first camp's opinion is the party line. It's the narrative of Russian government of all levels, from the very top, Vladimir Putin in the clouds, to the very last small bureaucrat on the ground. It's been actively pushed everywhere in Russian informational space in its propaganda in its purest form. Many millions of Russian people somehow have fallen for it, and it's become quite a popular opinion among regular folks. And I'm really disappointed and hurt to say that this opinion is the most popular among the majority of Russians. Another opinion is that Russia as a country has been undergoing the biggest catastrophe in its history. Russian government has gained complete control over the citizens, stripped them of all their rights, basically enslaved them. The economy is crashing, the isolation is complete, and the future is bleak. No, not bleak, it's actually black. This opinion in general is that Russia, not just, Russia is already hitting or will hit the rock bottom very soon. Okay, basically this is what unfortunately, the minority of the Russians think. So there are two camps with two different opinions, opposite opinions, basically. Russia is currently divided into two virtual camps, each backs own opinion of current state of Russian affairs. The first camp, the Russian government and people supporting it, is more aggressive. It uses violence on those who dare to disagree. And I'm not just talking of the Russian government. You disagree, you voice over your opinion publicly in protest, and you will land in prison, or worse, you accidentally fall out of the window. No, I'm not talking about that. That's crystal clear. I'm talking of regular people. They have become intolerable to those daring to have different opinions from them. Right now, I want to share my opinion, to let you know what I think. And I don't want to make an emphasis on Russian economy. I've covered plenty of that recently. I want to do a more holistic approach, so to speak. Now, let's take a look at Russia is doing well opinion. When Russia invaded Ukraine 19 months ago, chaos followed. No one has been prepared to the war. People started panicking, exchanging Russian rubles into the US dollars, leaving Russia. A good part of Russian society went irate and started outcrying to stop that invasion. And many famous people made a public stand or public stance. And the reaction of the world has followed up, immediately. The world has started striking back. In Russia, propaganda loves to say that it was a small part of the world, the West, just a few Western countries led by the USA, the Anglo-Saxons, as they say now. It was them who started striking Russia with the sanctions and isolating it. But in reality, it has been the entire world. And trust me, they don't appreciate. Russian propaganda does not appreciate when I say that. So it's not just the West, it's the entire world. It's the humanity, basically. And it's safe to say that there was chaos in March, April, May, June of 2022. It's still in my memory as it was happening yesterday, And the forecast that many were making, different people, the economists, those who studied politics and so forth, they were making predictions that they were pretty dark. Russian economy would collapse. Russian people would not tolerate the war and protest, and Russia would fall apart into different pieces, etc. And Russian government kind of kept silent because it had nothing to say. Instead, it started making new laws to squish those who were vocal, who were standing up. And it actually did a very good, efficient job, unfortunately. Now you can't even open your mouth, okay? You are always on the risk of being landed into jail. Then an interesting thing followed. Russia did not collapse that summer. Neither it collapsed the following fall. It survived through the winter. There have been many unusual and even disturbing events in the country, and some events like, for example, ЧВК Wagner mutiny. It's something that had never happened in Russia before, ever. But Russia did not fall apart. You know that I am an economist, right? I'm an economist by trade. I was trained to understand how economy works, and what's been happening in Russia for the last 19 months is not a secret to me. It's been pretty transparent, and it's not a secret to any economist who is in his or her sane mind out there, for that matter. I see why Russian economy did not collapse in the first 12 months, and I'm seeing clearly how it is and why it is collapsing now. Apparently, many fellow Russians disagree with me and they think that the economy is doing fine. I give you arguments of the first camp now, so you understand. People who think Russia is doing great, that the economy is doing great, this is basically why they think that Russia is doing well. First, economy. Economy is doing great, Many Russians make more money these days than they were making before. There are many jobs available at factories that produce, well, we don't know exactly what they produce because people who work there aren't allowed to say what they produce. Well, they produce something, and there are plenty of jobs available there, and actually very good paying jobs compared to the other jobs in Russia. Russian stores are full of food. When country starts falling apart, there are food shortages. We saw that back in the USSR, they say, especially older folks. So there's plenty of food now, and there's plenty of everything. There's plenty of goods at Russian stores, for that matter. Clothing, electronics, cars. In USSR, when it was collapsing in the 80s, there wasn't anything like that. It was a different picture. Russian ruble devalued, and $1 costing 100 rubles now. Who needs dollars, they say. We are in Russia. We earn in rubles and we spend in rubles. And that's it, period. Don't even talk about dollar. Don't bring it up. We don't need it. We could care less of dollars. And so on. These are to sum up their arguments, basically they're saying, open your eyes and look around. We are not only not hitting the rock bottom, we are doing better than before the war. Everything is well. Most of their arguments do not stand ground. Their arguments are easy to refute, and it's just they don't even want to listen. I'm not talking about arguing, they don't want to listen. To them, it doesn't matter that what they're saying is nonsense. They believe in it. There's one thing that's actually very strange about these arguments, and trust me, for the past 18 months, good 18 months, I've been speaking with the Russian people, because I know many. While I was inside Russia, now I still speak, and kind of the same thing. So, very strange that all these arguments, all that Russia is doing well is about money. They are all about money. They're all about the economy. It comes down to this. We still have jobs. We still have money. We still make money. We still have food and goods at the stores. We still can buy. Therefore, we have not hit the rock bottom. Now, folks, I belong to the second camp, smaller camp. I think that Russia has been undergoing the biggest catastrophe in its history. Moreover, I think that the damage has been done to Russia already, okay? And it's irreversible. I think that the country's future is dark, and the only hope for Russia at this point is a deep transformation in the future. I think that the Russians have hit the rock bottom, but everyone is still in shock, and it's not hurting, but it will start hurting soon. In the last stream 2 days ago, I explained a thing or two of the current state of affairs in the economy. I gave examples, okay? I gave facts. I gave the crises that started recently and have been unfolding, okay? And crises that will worsen and basically, ruin everything. So go ahead and watch the stream if you haven't done so. I'm going to put a link right here and in the description below. You'll learn a thing or two, about the economy. You'll understand it better. But the thing is, I think that the economy doesn't matter much. It's collapsing all right, and you'll see the bad collapse very soon. It's around the corner, but it doesn't matter because the economy is not the heart of the society, it's the reaction. Economy reacts to the actions of people and government. Economy can be fixed easily, believe it or not. Look at the examples: Japan, South Korea, and the prime example, Germany. How long did it take for Germans to rebuild their economy, to rebuild the living standard after the end of World War II? 15 years? It's not about the economy. The economy in Russia will turn bad soon, but I'll give you an example. It's an analogy. If your car is running and you're driving, your car is running, and all of a sudden oil drains out of the engine, your car will run for some time, short time, but the car will actually drive for quite some distance, and it will eventually shut off. But after it shuts off, you'd have to make major repairs. You'd have to replace the engine. And same thing with the economy. It's running on empty right now and it's gonna crash. But the car can be fixed and the economy can be fixed. What cannot be fixed is driver. The Russians did something fundamentally wrong. They've been doing something fundamentally wrong for the past, I would say, 23 years. And in the last 19 months, they did something horrible. They lost their country. They lost Russia. It's not the economy that is hitting the rock bottom right now. It's the people. It's the society. What have they done? What makes me say that? Why do I say they lost the country, they lost Russia? Well, you judge for yourself and you let me know. I think that Russian people let a small group of evil people gain control over their country and over them, over people. Russian people lost opportunity to live by constitution where everyone is equal and no one is above the law. And guess what? There was a great opportunity in the 90s. Russia was born in 1991 as a young country, like a clay. You could mold anything out of the country. And who would mold? The Russian people. Okay, they had an opportunity to create a fantastic judicial system, fantastic constitution, and live by it. There are so many examples they could look at, and there was so much help they could use. And they failed. They lost that opportunity. They lost their right to protect their property. They have allowed the government, top officials, to start brainwashing their children. They have seized control of what their children actually learn when they go to school. It's not up to parents to decide, and the parents have been stripped the choice not to let their kids go to school and homeschool, The education of children is not parents' business anymore. It's the government's business. The state has taken over. Russian people have allowed propaganda, lie, and the worst thing is they have allowed propaganda people not to answer for their lies, okay? You could lie, but if you have to answer in the future, that's what matters. No one answers for the lies. No one answers for brainwashing these days, and that's a huge problem. Russian people have lost decency by allowing its army that they're paying for, by the way, out of their own pocket to invade another country and kill their neighbors. Russian people have lost respect of the entire world. Russia's image is, well, there's no image that country has, Actually, it does, but it's a very bad image, evil image, okay? And people didn't used to be evil. I remember actually them being decent in the 90s, and not too long ago, 15 years ago and so forth, they have taken their country and turned it into a pariah state. Russian people have made themselves isolated in every single possible way, in economic way, cultural way, scientific, sports way, you name it. Russia is an island, okay, not a very bright island these days. Russian people have allowed for the conditions to be created so millions of Russians have fled the country, okay? There are even worse things, actually. The Russians have lost ability to critically think. They have lost ability to get information from different sources and for those sources to compete against each other. Instead, they have allowed state-run TV to become the only source of the news they get, and those news have turned into the truth. The Russian people have lost empathy. I'm not sure about different people in the world, but definitely toward Ukrainians. It does not touch them that hundreds of thousands of people get killed and die every single day, have been killed and get killed every single day. And both Ukrainians and Russians, somehow Russian people are not affected by that anymore. When you ask them, they say, well, don't think about it. It's far away. It's not in Russia, it's in Ukraine. Russians have forgotten that it's their lives, and only they decide what to do with them. No one else has a right to decide for them what to do. And I mean everything, how much taxes to pay, how to spend their tax money, what laws to create, etc. They don't think it's their right to control their lives. The Russians have started thinking they are small and nothing depends on them, when in reality everything, 100%, everything depends on them. Everything does. In my eyes, that is hitting the rock bottom. That is the rock bottom. We are seeing it in Russia, not at the Russian shopping malls, not at the Russian stores, not at the Russian factories, okay? Not even at the Russian banks. That's not where you look for the rock bottom, okay? It's not about the economy. It's about people. It's what's inside people's heads. The society they have built is not solid. It's not sustainable. Russia has already hit the rock bottom. And I mean the society, the people. And the rock bottom somehow happened inside people's heads, right over here. Moreover, it's been hitting for quite some time. And that rock bottom right here has made it has made the entire country and the entire society bound for suffering and demise. And this is what I think. I disagree with the first camp. I disagree with many people. It's gotten so bad. It's gotten to a point where some people I just don't speak with anymore. I think all of that has already created the conditions that Russia will be no more. There will be territory, okay? There will be people. They're not going to disappear into thin air. They will live, they will eat, and, they will drive cars, most likely Chinese. But they are bound for huge changes. They are bound to change their society. Or actually, they have lost the ability to change themselves. Someone else will change it for them, okay? And I don't know what the change will be. I am hoping for a good change. I'm hoping for a new Russia, a shining Russia, peaceful Russia, democratic Russia. But I just don't know, okay? There are different forces in this world, but what I'm absolutely sure is that there will be change. And it'll come from within. And that's it. That has been my message. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it interesting. Please let me know what you think. If you disagree with me or agree, I would love to hear your opinion. Again, in the live stream chat. And if you're watching it after the chat is over, then please put it in the comments below. I will read it. I cannot guarantee that I will answer because there are so many messages, but I will definitely read it. I go through all the messages. I read a lot. Before I start the live stream chat, I'd like to share an interesting event that happened today. Don't leave yet, folks. The ones who are listening for the message. The ones who are here for the message. This morning, I woke up and it was a tough morning. Every morning for me is tough because I don't sleep much. It's almost 40 minutes after midnight, and I'm going to be streaming for some time, for another half an hour or so, and then it's going to take me an hour and a half or perhaps even 2 hours to kind of come down and go to bed. And I wake up early because I have to go to the breakfast club to have breakfast with everyone. And this morning I woke up and I was not feeling that easy. I was okay, but I could have used more sleep. And me and Natasha, we made it to the breakfast club, to the cafe that we usually go to, and there was a couple waiting for us, a Polish couple from Poland. They were visiting Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, and they made a decision to stop by the breakfast club to meet us, to meet me and Natasha. They brought a present, Yorkshire Gold English tea, but it's not about the present, It's about them making my day. It's about them coming personally, meeting me personally, and saying thank you so much. We watch you every day, or not every day perhaps, but like often. And we like what you're doing, and we thank you for that. And having someone coming over in offline and when I see face to face is absolutely, I can't even say fantastic. It's insane. Okay, I would like to thank the Polish couple for coming, and they're definitely a part of the breakfast club now. You made my day, perhaps week, perhaps even month. Thank you so much, friends. I really appreciate it. I hope that you come back sometimes, and it was quite an event. It touched me so much. I'm going to make a video about it tomorrow. I filmed them, and we had a conversation, and it was a good time. There were quite a few Russians, couple locals from Uzbekistan at the breakfast club, and we all got along. And, you know, when I listen to Russian propaganda who talk about Poland, how Poland is full of people who Russophobes who hate Russians, and you know, not one Pole would speak to a Russian and so forth. And this real Polish people come out of Poland, and you know, they're just fantastically nice and just like normal humans. You know, that was insane. So I'm saying that because I'm overwhelmed with emotions. And I'd like to turn on the live stream chat now. Thank you. It's on. If you're not seeing it, please hit the refresh button. You'll definitely see it. Lorna and Mommy, number 1 as usual. Sorry, Dirk. You're always number 2. Right after the mods, number 1 among the usual suspects. And Bob S., Harry Potman, Amir Fazat. In case you're here for the first time, these are the moderators of Inside Russia, and this is by far the best moderation team in the world. So please give them a round of applause. Thank you, friends. And the usual suspects, what a fantastic to see you coming back and giving me a chance. This is definitely my most favorite part of any stream. Seeing this screen comes alive and seeing like real people here. Fantastic. So thank you for coming. If you want me to see your message or comment easy, please put it in caps, all caps, and put Inside Russia after @ sign so I see it highlighted in orange. Makes a huge difference for me. Thank you. And the first highlighted in orange message is from Evil Dali. Did the black market for hard currency appear in Russia yet? No, for one simple reason, there's no need. You can go ahead and buy dollars, the hard currency, still in the banks. The problem is the price you pay. If you have, well, not black market, but let's say before the war, you had $100,000 in your account in dollars, not in rubles. Then you cannot transfer it to outside Russia, to anywhere in dollars, but you can buy rubles and transfer rubles out of Russia. So there is no need for the black market. But it's about the price, how much you pay, you know, to buy dollars or to sell dollars. Baker Stock, howdy. Petra Olson, thank you so much for coming. Lightskrig, Electrics, hi from England. Sorry, I'm not good about this weird words, but I like the name. So you're a fellow colleague, because I'm an electric as well. Bob S., howdy. Harry, thanks for putting messages and highlighting in orange. Stefan, Lilith Adam, Eden, Angela McNaw. Mike's working today. It's good to know. White Lightning, thank you so much. Welcome. Great to see you. Will Putin meet the same fate as Mussolini or Bin Laden once people get sick of being enslaved? Putin will meet the same, similar, not the same, but similar fate. I doubt it'll come from Russian people, though. Most likely the fate will come from where he does not expect, from his friends, from the ones who surround him, you know, because they are not really his friends. They're not the ones who love him. but they're attracted to his power. Okay, and it's called calculations. It's not love. It's not human emotions. Once it'll get to the point where he doesn't satisfy them, he will meet his fate. Atomic Electron, thank you for being the sponsor for 6 months. Hello from Kingman, Arizona, USA. Cowboy land. Howdy, howdy, friend. Howdy, partner. My Natasha from KPIM and myself understand your journey better than you think. Cheers. Try to be happy. Thank you, friend. I will take a minute to reply. There's no question, but your message touches me quite deeply because thank you for understanding. Thank you. And I have a feeling that you do understand. I don't know how, but from what you wrote. Try to be happy. That's where the hard part is. Try to be happy. You know, I don't have to try. I am happy. And I'm also at the same time very unhappy. I mean, it's weird, but it's true. I'm unhappy because I was forced to leave my country. My country and my people have betrayed me. Okay, that so hurts so much, you know. Seeing my country is being overrun by evil men and getting destroyed hurts very much. But at the same time, I think I have the best possible outcome out of all possible outcomes, you know. I have my family with me, which is number one. My family supports me, and we are so on the same page with my wife. I have seen personal tragedies when families break up. And trust me, what does it matter where there's a war going on? What does it matter when you lose your property? What does it matter if you're forced to flee, you become an exile? It does not matter if your family is broken, if your wife or husband doesn't support you, and you end up divorcing, and you just by yourself, you know. Your life breaks apart, okay? And I am very lucky and I'm very happy that it has not happened to me. I am so lucky to have you. I'm so lucky to have the Breakfast Club people who come and see every morning. It's more than just Breakfast Club. You know, this is a bunch of friends, thousands of friends. We're gonna hit 1,000 soon. There are over 780 people actively in our group signed up and exchanging information, being a part of it, and about 200 who haven't signed up, but they're lurking here and there. So having that is happiness. Not worrying about how I am to feed my family is happiness, because to me, that's a huge, huge thing. YouTube has replaced my job in terms of money, and I'm getting paid for basically what I love doing. Not just love, I burn doing. I burn. There's a fire burning inside me. Otherwise, why do you think I go in front of this camera every single freaking day and research for hours before, and then talk to a camera? And then it's not easy. It's morally it's demanding. I feel like morally exhausted, because not only I doing reposts of news or something, I dive into this news and I relive, and this is what happens inside me. difficult to explain. But so I am unhappy about what happened in Russia and with me, but I'm so happy that I've been blessed and I've been, put up and transferred here to Uzbekistan, and that I'm very happy for. So thank you so much. Jason Carney, thank you, friend. You are the champion of supporting. Thank you. I, from bottom of my heart, from me and Natasha as usual, thank you. You do not send messages, word messages, but the money, that's your messages there. Very strongly heard here. I appreciate it. And also thanks for gifting membership to 5 people. Thank you so much. Thank you. Melissa, why is Russia sometimes referred to as motherland and sometimes as the fatherland? That's a good question. I sometimes say one thing then another. Me, myself, I make the mistakes in English sometimes, but why other people do that, I don't know. It's universally known as motherland, not fatherland. I think fatherland comes from German. Crusader Damien, thank you so much for coming back. The best questions, just give me a second. Stefan, I hope that some will preserve the ability to see and turn around. Thank you so much, Stefan. I appreciate the support, and I hope so too. Crusader Damien, I have come to believe that the biggest issue with Russia is the Russian psyche. Subjugated people for 500 years who are hardwired to accept suffering as normal. Theirs and others, more to come. This is exactly what I was talking to with a Polish couple this morning, and we were discussing why it was the Polish who stood up the communists first, to oppose the communists first. 1980, the Solidarity was born, not in Russia. Russia actually came the last. It was Poland first. Then it was Germany. Then it was, Hungary and other countries. And then, only then, it was Russia. So, and it wasn't the Russian people who stood up and went on the streets. Yes, they did, but they got like a kick in the butts, so to speak, okay? Because the GKCHP forced them to. So I think you are not too far off. And I'm still doing a lot of research and a lot of thinking of this, so please keep on coming back. Atomic Electron Company, thank you so much. We understand. We're also banished. Can't visit Crimea anymore. But we're safe. Natasha and I understand the break. Glad you continue. Be safe. Thank you. You will be able to visit Crimea one time. Fantastic place, my father was born there near Sudak. I visited that place so many times. So one day, hang in there. And thank you so much. Thank you for understanding. Dirk, David Miovi, his birthday. Thank you, Dirk. Thank you so much. Singing time coming, but there are so many messages. Let me hang on one second. Gina from New York, thank you so much for your support. No message, but the message is strong and appreciated and heard. Thank you. Talk. I keep on coming. I see one from RW. My friend, I don't want to say your name here out loud because it's for privacy issues, but thank you so much. Although history has shaped Russian culture in negative ways, no country is immune. Democracy is not static. We must work for it every day. Thank you for helping us in all the tasks. Well, first of all, thank you for helping me. Thank you for reaching out, and thank you for offering not just the money that you send, but offering a hand of friendship. Thank you so much. And you're absolutely right. Nothing in life is static. Everything is dynamic, and that's why life is so beautiful, I guess. From Finland with love your name. Thank you so much. Your daily stream is an important thing for so many. We often talk about yesterday's stream and topic at work. Wow, that really warms my heart. Thank you so much. I don't know if you're not seeing it, but that gives me wings above, that grows wings above, behind my back, and then it just makes me fly. Thank you. In this crazy world, it gives us comfort to listen to you, and we feel your pain. Thank you. Thank you so much. Believe it or not, but other people feeling my pain is actually somehow therapeutic. It's weird, but I don't know how it's possible, but it actually works. Jekyll, thank you so much. There's actually a message today. Maybe next time Russian will get it right. Look at France. They had like multiple revolutions. Still, many believe they need one more. Jekyll, first of all, thank you for all the messages and supports, previous ones. And when you don't write anything, it's still your message is heard. But you're so right, and I keep on thinking of France, and I keep on thinking of different countries. And I keep on asking myself a question, why? Why? France lived for generations under kings. Regular people also did not have any rights. They were like enslaved and everything, but one time they decided to change that. Why French? Why Russians didn't do that? What? I don't know. Perhaps I'm stupid, and perhaps the answers are on the top, on the surface somewhere. I just don't know them. If you can at least direct me, show me the direction, I'd really appreciate it. Carson Larrymore, thank you so much. The more I watch your stream, the more I'm thankful to be an American. Oh yeah, you better believe it. Yeah, I know what you mean. I only wish all Americans would understand this. Freedom is never free. Must work at it consistently. Not work, but protect. Must never forget. You must be active. Okay. Once you let other people decide for you, that's it. You're done. And then a lot of people say, well, it's really difficult in America. Well, you want to trade places with Russians? Again, Frank and Dirk, two German voices today, telling me that David Miove has a birthday. Just hang on 1 second. Give me, the super chat keeps disappearing, and I acknowledge every single one. Thank you, Atomic Electron, for giving sponsorship to 10 people. Thank you so much from me and from 10 people. Thank you. Bobby, from me and Deborah, keep on keeping on. We'll do that, sir. Thank you so much, Bobby. Gina, welcome to Inside Russia, new sponsor. Thank you, Gina. Fantastic to have you. Come back on Saturday, personal stream for sponsors and patrons only. And Robert Whip, keep you and your family safe, Constantine. And as always, many greetings from the Netherlands. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. RW has sponsored 10 people. Thank you so much. Courtesy of RW, 10 people now can participate in behind the curtain of Inside Russia. One thing I've decided to do more is to give you more to sponsors and the patrons as my way of thanking you. Actually, every single day, this is my mission. I will not, if I miss, it means I physically can, sick or something, but every single day I give you some news that are not that big that they make to actually the Friday news, crazy news updates, but they're still interesting. So at the end of every day, I've decided to actually, as I go through the news every single day, I've decided to give you the few news that I find interesting. But otherwise, if I don't give it to you for sponsors and patrons, then that's just for me, if you know what I mean. So anyway, after the stream, I'm gonna post you another 7 news that are definitely worth taking a look at. It'll give you a better understanding of Russia. And finally, let's sing. Jason Carney, thank you again. Thank you so much. Hang on. David, everyone, please, if you don't want me to break your ears, cover up them with your palms of your hands, because I'm gonna be doing singing. It's David's birthday today, and let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear David. Happy birthday to you. David, I wish you many happy returns of the day, good health, to feel well all the time, to have lots of money in your pocket, in your bank account, and to be surrounded with people who you love and who love you, and so they always give you reasons to smile and never reasons to fret. Happy birthday. Michael Silberg, is it possible that not having been a part of the Roman Republic Empire makes a difference in the path or outcome of revolution? Yes, it is possible. I am looking at the Roman Republic and Empire connection, but I'm not ready to share my thoughts because, I'm lucky because some people who attend Breakfast Club are actually historians. We have one philosopher from Moscow State University, which is like top school in Russia, and one history one history professor from Moscow State University, and 2 more professors, one math, and another one I forgot. I think history also, but I've made friends with one history professor, and we've been discussing a lot, and he's opened my eyes on many things. History is actually very interesting. It's science, it's something that you study and you learn lessons, okay? From what I studied at school, at the university as a student, and from like my hobby, when this guy speaks, the history professor, it's so profound, and every time my jaw drops and I learn so much new from him. It's unbelievable. So Michael, thank you so much. It is definitely possible that there is a connection, yes. Jason Carney, thank you again. Thank you so much. And there was another one. Timothy, howdy, and thank you so much. If Ukraine were to free Crimea, would that provide significant supply of motivated military-aged men that would join them to fight against Russia? I don't know. Russians have mobilized a lot of people in Crimea, sadly. I've seen battalions of like older folks, 50s and perhaps 60s. There are pictures on the internet, you can Google them. Last September. That I cannot answer you. I just don't know how many would be motivated to join the fight. Crusader Damien, is Russia more influenced from the steppes or is Ukraine? That also could be very telling. Steppes, you mean the steppes like the fields with grass? I'm studying the history of Uzbekistan right now, and we had a series of lectures, 5 of them so far. One guy is a great student of history, and then he likes to study Uzbek history, so he's been basically telling us. There's actually a great influence on people in Eurasia, that is now Russia and the Central Asia, and they went through different empires, Genghis Khan, the Timurids, the Alexander, and the Greek Empire, not empire, but the Alexander the Great conquest. So much information right now. I'm still trying to sort everything out. So, but you as usual give the best questions or thoughts. Thank you, Damien. Lindsay, I'm late again. No, you're not. You're just in time. Paul Wright, glad to be here with a Russian brother in Christ to watch you live from Tacoma, Washington. Thank you, Paul. Money is well appreciated, but the words are priceless. It's fantastic to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sending my love to Tacoma, Washington. There's been so many super chats today. I've been late on the questions, regular questions. Let me take a few of them. Again, I'm looking at the ones in caps or highlighted in orange, KG1. My super chat was Russia have said 335,000 have signed up to fight. Is this propaganda or truth? Thank you, friend. Somehow I missed it. Must have disappeared. I think this is not entirely lies. There is some truth to it, but I doubt it's 335,000 people. Now, don't forget that they have vacuum cleaned Russian prisons. I don't really know whether people in prisons had choice or not, but I'm pretty sure that ЧВК Wagner by itself has sucked, but different experts say different numbers, but from 50 to 70,000 inmates doing time. So that's 70,000 right there. Then I remind you that Wagner was forbidden to get new recruits from prisons some 8 months ago, something like that. And then the government, Russian Ministry of Defense stepped in, and they've been doing that. So let's take another 70,000. That's already 140,000 people. There have been the ones who signed up for money. I don't know how many, but they're pushing the advertisement so bad. Like at every supermarket, large supermarket in Russia, you have people standing. Sometimes you go to a large supermarket and they give you pieces of cheese or sour cream or some sausage to try, and you try. It's like a free promotion, okay? And these people army people stand at supermarkets, and they offer the contracts just like that. I'm pretty sure that there have been thousands and thousands of people who didn't have a choice because they were under investigation, not in prison yet, but they traded their freedom for going and fighting. And there were some people who signed up for money. So I doubt it's 335,000, but I'm pretty sure it's a significant number. Jodes Rames, thank you so much for helping out the mods, saying that trolls will be slapped if necessary. Thank you. You're absolutely right. I love you singing, shows no fear. Eunice, thank you so much. It's embarrassing, but you know what? I gotta do it. Pamela J, we just had the presidential alert on our phones like a couple hours ago. I don't think Konstantin's voice is going to break my ears. Okay, that's funny. Alexa, mute the TV. Slava Ukraini says, hey from Arizona. Howdy, howdy. Pizza Man, hopeful that Russian citizens wake up one day from the propaganda bubble. Me too. Me too. Thank you. It's really a shame what they're doing to Russian people, what kind of like propaganda they're pushing. Now they're pushing hard Armenia betrayed Russia. Russia betrayed Armenia, obviously, okay? And it broke all the agreements. It did not act according to the rules that this Russian NATO has, this ODKB or something like that. So, and now they're blaming Armenians and everything. They're blaming Armenians for accepting the Roman status. So now the Putin can, if he goes to Armenia, he gets arrested and sent to Hague. You know, they're not happy about that. How could Armenians backstab us like that? And how could you betray and backstab Armenians? Wolfhound 26, thank you so much. You are on fire today. I plan to send this episode to my Facebook friends. Please do that. I really appreciate everyone. If you're listening and like this message, please put the likes, hit the like buttons, and hit the like button on your screens and make reposts in your social media accounts. That actually counts, no pun intended. Counts for algorithm to spread my message. Thank you. Didzis from the Baltics, right? Off topic. I just watched a video yesterday. Firms like BlackRock and JP Morgan investing in Russian stock market. Is it slow now? Where did you learn that? I'm gonna make a print screen of your message. That's what I do if I find something super interesting, like questions or ideas. And I'm going to research that. Because if they doing that, that's not right. Okay, that would be pretty low. Joao Marinos, I fell asleep long week, but thank you to the ones who gifted me membership one stream ago. Thank you so much for coming back. I fell asleep myself yesterday. Well, I had a very busy day and I just couldn't do it physically. Sometimes I can do it emotionally and sometimes I can't do it physically. But I guess emotionally I'm stronger than physically because physically comes like more often. I decided not to stream. I laid down with bed with my son to read him a book, and like right next to him and Natasha. And as soon as he fell asleep, I was out like this, you know. Natasha, howdy, fantastic to see you. And my friends, I think I'm gonna be wrapping it up pretty soon because it's time. I don't want to anger the Nightbot, you know. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Anyone super chat? White Lightning, thank you, that's it. If BlackRock is in my stock funds I'm selling, I'm not supporting Putin. Thank you for that. Crusader Damien, if Russia just trying to scare the world with the long war, how? Collapsing economy can't support a long... No. Damien, that's not gonna happen. long war for Russia will not happen because Russian economy is collapsing. You mark my words. Soon it will not be able to sustain itself. And the government, to continue the war, to continue being the government, they would have to go out of their way to make things more harsh for Russian people, to control them more, basically. Would close down the country, would declare like a state of emergency or something like that, So trust me, it's not in their interest to have a long war. What they're trying to do right now is use every possible way to knock on Ukrainians' door and saying, hey, let's negotiate. They keep on hinting, oh, why don't you negotiate? Oh, this bloodshed must be stopped. Oh, let's negotiate. Let's stop the bloodshed and all of that, And of course, Russian propaganda is going irate that Ukrainians don't negotiate, saying, oh, how could they? They're listening to their satanic masters from Washington. And, of course, Washington doesn't want Russia and Ukraine be at peace with each other. And when I listen to that, folks, it literally, my hair goes like this, boom, up. Because, what? It's the Americans' fault that, Russia and Ukraine don't want to be... Why don't you just take the soldiers... stop the bloodshed. You stop the bloodshed. Give an order to stop ceasefire and just pull the troops out of Russia, out of Ukraine into Russia. No, that's the Americans' fault, you see. That's what they're doing. Anyway. Whew. Thank you. Thank you so much for today. I feel really... uplifted. This Polish couple, this folks came in and they just made my week. I'm telling you. Thank you so much. It's too bad they cannot. They're still in Tashkent. They might show up tomorrow, but they have lots of planned. I know, Jeffrey. My hair is already up. It was kind of like a joke, but it gets even more up, straighter up in the air, like a flat top. You know what I mean? So, Christopher, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And hang in there, bro. Thank you, Gina. Thank you. Craig, very simple answer to your question. How will Russian healthcare reform given the budget cuts? Not good. Not good. It's falling apart. There's a huge shortage of doctors already in Russia. Doctors quitting, leaving Russia. No medicine for some groups of medicine, and they basically don't treat patients. Not all of them, but this is just the beginning. So, huge disaster coming up. I mentioned it in the stream couple days ago. One of the big crises going on in Russia is the healthcare. Boycott Burger King. Please do not boycott Burger King. American Burger King left Russia. It's just whoever left, they're pirates. They're owned by local Russian businesses, the franchises, and the Burger King does not own control over them, as far as I know. Okay, so there's no need to boycott Burger King. So thank you so much, friends, and let's finish the stream by our usual praying. Thank you so much. Fantastic to see over 3,000 people in the chat at the end. Thank you. Thank you so much. Fantastic day. Let's do it. Dear Lord Jesus Christ, thank you so much for giving us this day. Thank you for giving us our lives. Thank you for putting food on our tables and giving roofs over our heads. Thank you for surrounding us with people who we love and who love us. And thank you for giving us reasons to smile and be happy. Please give us wisdom to keep the skies above our children's heads peaceful and clean. Give us wisdom to raise them so when they grow adults and become adults, they will make this world the better place. Meanwhile, for now, please keep our children safe and healthy, because they are our life. Dear Lord, please help stop bloodshed in Ukraine. Reach out and touch whoever you need to touch, and do whatever you need to do to have those who are capable of making the decision to go ahead and make decision to stop the bloodshed. Please help every single Ukrainian who has been affected by this disaster. Answer their prayers, give them, make their wishes come true. Soothe their souls and surround their hearts. Send love to their hearts. Thank you. Please help my country, Russia, assemble the army of your strongest angels with sharpest swords, led by Saint Michael in shining armor, and send them like a heavy avalanche onto this earth to get rid of the demons that have hijacked my country. Please have angels run Russia. Please make it safe for the neighbors and for the Russians. Make it peaceful, make it loving, loved, respected, and respecting. Please send help to those who are traveling, send them safe travels. Those who are seeking asylum, running from the evil, help them, please. Please help the single mothers, all single mothers who are struggling, raising their kids, struggling to make their ends meet. Please help those in Ukraine who are suffering currently from the Russian attacks of Russian drones and missiles. Please send help. And God bless those who are helping the Ukrainians. Please give us peaceful skies regardless who we are. Thank you so much for allowing us to come and form this community. Thank you for allowing us to pray every single day. Thank you for everyone who's praying along with me or simply watching us pray. Answer everyone's prayer and make everyone's wish come true. Dear Lord, I would like to give you ask you for some people who need your help, and I'll start with a little girl. Her name is Sarah. She's fighting for her life. Thank you for helping her recover a little bit, but she needs a lot more of your help. And please send angels. Please send recovery. She struggles with breathing, with her lungs. Please send recovery, speedy one, and help her parents who keep on constantly praying for her. Answer their prayers and send them strength. And she's lucky to have parents like that. Also, please help Joseph Johnson, Kyle E's wife. She's going for an interview and she needs a job. She's looking for new work. Please help with that. Please help Jason Connor to recover from the surgery. Janice Stevenson, Jay Spike, Leslie Fleming's daughter, Buzz Semen, Sam from Kiev, Wayne, who is fighting with 2 cancers, and he needs your help and he needs recovery. Anna from Poland, please help scan families members who are not feeling well. Please send recovery. Please send help to Dave and Dawn. Summers 613's mother, she needs a recovery. Ann Larson, her family and daughter Hannah. Liz Dumbrell, thank you so much for shining your light upon her. So she came back to her church and She started praying again. Thank you. Please help Darla. White Lightning, George Ruberty, Dave Pam, Julie W., Linda Trombley, Julia Haney, Hannah, Susie Mailer, Gloria Roberts, and Vasilien Lubomirov. Also, please help Yelena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Bonnie, Svetlana, Michael, Richard Burris, Angelic at Life, Randolph, Harry's family, Rafaela From, Mr. Dean Spooner and his church called Our Savior Lutheran Church, Lisa Cumrian, Grace Philosophy, MS Paramedic Liz, Karen, Lori Miles' husband, Taylor Fleming, Meta Spencer, Joe and Lee McMahon, The Highwayman, David Porter, his family, and everyone in Chernovtsi, Ukraine, Stefan from Sweden, Pamela J., and Michael Yukon. Thank you so very much, dear Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you, friends, for giving me an opportunity to come and listen and watch me again. Thanks to come watch me and listen. Anyway, thanks for coming and watching and listening to me again. You are absolutely awesome and you rock. There will be another stream tomorrow, as usual. Please come. I am researching the numbers of the budget of Russian Federation for the year of 2024. To me, it shows that disaster around the corner, and I will try to explain why. I will try to take the numbers and explain in a very simple language. So thank you so very much. Again, you are awesome and you rock. And before I sign off, I'd like to ask everyone to say along with me the usual, out loud, as loud as you can. Carthago delenda est.